There's this video going around of the British flag being taken down while the fucking pride flag just sits there.
You're taking the wrong fucking flag down, mate.
What, you think I don't know that? We know that.
At least you know that.
100%.
How fucked up is that? But the real fucked up thing here is the fact that the man knows what he's doing is wrong, but he's still doing it. This is why I put such a huge importance on following your heart and doing what you know to be right in every single situation. Developing a moral framework to be able to live by, to know that you are doing right by God and by your higher self and what your true calling is in this world. Because if enough people do that, the entire system falls down. It's only because so many people are being kept in check by fear that this current system maintains itself. And this is why I teach in my coaching, why in my social media and all of the content I put online, I'm consistently telling people, live a life with your heart. It might be scary at first, it might be challenging. The way I did it was fucking crazy. At the beginning it was so challenging, it was so hard, and there was so much suffering because of the choice that I made, but I couldn't live a life in fear, just doing something that I knew I didn't want to do, that was just following the matrix, following what everyone else is doing, basically following the fear that is put out in society, that you should do this job because of this, because of that, you'll get this much money and it's all this set out for you, but it's bullshit, it's all bullshit. So this is a perfect example. If this man was living true to himself, was living his path of a heart, was engaged in connecting to his higher self and living it, not just mentally being in this state of mind, but actually living it in his actions, he never would have taken that flag down. Okay, there might have been somebody else to replace him, but what if there wasn't? What if enough people just had a fuck enough and they're like, I ain't taking that fucking flag down. I'm gonna take down the pride flag instead. How incredible that would be. Imagine if that man in that moment just suddenly realized, what the fuck am I doing? He's like in the process of taking down the flag and he stops and he puts it back up. Then he takes down the pride flag instead. Now that video would have gone viral too, but it would have been a completely different video. He may have lost his job, but he may have become slightly famous. And I'm sure there's another job taking down fucking flags somewhere else, or some other job that might be a bit more productive, or something else that's that man's true calling. But because people are being kept in check by fear, this is why the matrix still continues the way it does. This is why our enemies still have the power that they do. And this is why so much of humanity lives in slavery, because they live in fear. It's in the mind, but it's also not just that. Because if you are buying into this poverty consciousness that's been put out by our enemies, that sort of puts the idea that anybody who's rich is bad, anybody who's making money is bad, making money is bad, selling is bad, all of this limiting belief around money, then you are beholden to have to do some bullshit job that you don't even want to do. And this is why in my coaching, I also teach people to align with their values. I also help people get a career that lights them up on the inside, that they really enjoy doing. It doesn't have to be like it's all bliss and love and light and everything's rosy. There's still going to be challenges. There's still be days where you don't want to do what you have to do, but you have to do it anyway. If you're doing something that isn't just based out of fear, because you were told this is the way to live, if you're living a life of relative time, money and location freedom, that is huge. Okay, not everybody will be able to do a job like this. Not everybody wants to do a job where they're working online and they have that kind of freedom. But for those that do, those that can, they should. This little video is a perfect example of what not to do.